He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be dragged down. You think the fans are ready for this one? The booth's shaking underneath us, guys. Off-play action on first down. They're bringing heat. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. These two conferences largely share the same geographic footprint. The ACC loves it when they can take down a team from the SEC.
And we see these two conferences play each other oftentimes early in the season, late in the season. David, think about Clemson, South Carolina, Florida, Florida State. These players have a lot of familiarity with one another.
And this already matters so much to these kids because they grew up in the same area a lot of times, like Reese was talking about with the footprint. But how about in the past, too? When your undefeated league champion gets left out of the playoff for an SEC team, a little more fuel for the fire.
The short hands, it's Winston. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback, finding his open receiver on third down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is third down conversion percentage. If you're a great third down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill third down so much in practice.
Dropping back, it's Roberts. Buys a little time with his feet. That quarterback was doing his best Houdini, escaping in the backfield, but the defense finally gets to it.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Sends it downfield. And he's got it inside the 15-yard line. Run out of bounds after the long game, but they've got it now first and goal.
It's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
This offense trying to quieten the crowd on first and goal, and they are not cooperating. Snap it to the back. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. These fans raising the volume on second and goal. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. This crowd knows when to bring it. A designed run for the quarterback. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Golden Bears.
And that's why this offense is so hard to stop, guys. This quarterback can hurt you throwing it and running it. With his speed, he can make people look silly. And you saw it right there on the opening drive of the game. What a beautiful touchdown there.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. A first down for the offense. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Looking for a productive play on first down. Looking for a crease to the left. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Got a little work done on first down, now back to the line. Fast motion from the offense. Little touch pass to the receiver. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and is going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that first down.
The back goes in motion. The give. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Going with the ground game left. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Loss of 1 on the play. Brings up third down.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Wide receiver coming across in motion. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the fourth down.
Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch past the sticks. And this junior quarterback shows you why the scouts love that big arm of his.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Past the 40. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another first down. The option look. He'll toss it. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Kept it on the ground last time, bringing up a second down. a jet sweep pass. Running toward the tape. He's showing it all. The juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line.
I love this type of play because it looks like a jet sweep. The defense, they're a bit confused pre-snap. They don't know who has the ball, and all of a sudden, that guy with his speed is in the second level of the defense before the defense even knows what happened.
On the option. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Alabama quickly back to the line. On the option. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Now this defense could really use a stop on third down as the offense has had its way. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. It falls incomplete, and will change ends of the field to get things started back up.
That's the end of the first quarter. Cal 7, Alabama 0.
And they'll try to break the seal on the second quarter by putting 3 on the board. They pick the spot. It's going to be about a 37-yard attempt. It's good. He's going to hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes.
It's complete. A huge pickup. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
After that huge play, they'll try to finish him off with another one. It's 1st and 10 from inside the 40. It's a reverse. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
You know, as an offense, oftentimes you try the reverse play because you're trying to take advantage of a defense over pursuing and by a lot of defensive team speed. Didn't work right there. Great discipline by this defense.
Snags it. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Feeling some heat. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Cal!
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
And the extra point makes it 14-3. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it off with the score from the 4. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Here comes that Alabama offense. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit and just start being more aggressive and take some chances, but that's what's going to have to happen for them to win this game.
Yeah, and when you're losing, obviously everything gets heightened. Everything becomes more critical. This drive is crucial because you've got to cut into this deficit and put some points on the board.
Alabama pushing the tempo.
Second down coming up.
They'll run the option. Now the toss. Still on his feet at the 45. And he caught that pitch in stride and was off to the races. A big gain and a first down for this offense. Running back goes in motion. Able to pick up a couple down to the 27. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are.
They've already converted a 4th down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab well past the sticks.
Well, it's a heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip-shot field goal of where they were on that 4th down, but they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. They'll run the toss. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll go right back to the run. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Bama!
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
They're going to go ahead and go for 2 here and try to make it a field goal game. Quick strike complete. He gets it in for the 2-point conversion, and now they trail by only 3. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive, and it was punctuated by an 11-yard run for the score. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
That's caught. It's Winston. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. Scanning the field, it's Roberts. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And the Golden Bears want to move quickly. The corners are walked up tight. Right back up top on 2nd and 10. He got it. They will score. Touchdown, Golden Bears.
And I think in the pre-snap, I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under it and make a big play.
Yeah, and when I'm the receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field. Throw me the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25.
This drive isn't a must score, but man, you look at the scoreboard, you're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity to create some momentum, cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the 3rd quarter.
He's loose. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as they gets him down at the 37. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. From the shotgun, they'll run it. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gather maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Quick pass on the jet motion. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. They'll try the run. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. Catch in the middle, it's Simon. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. 1st and goal, and this feels like their chance to make a game of it. Here comes the option. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Using the quick game. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. Alabama quickly back to the line. On 3rd and goal, they'll throw it. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown Tide!
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum. Going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
And now they'll try to get the 2-point conversion, guys. It's a reverse. He's not quite going to get there, and the try for 2 fails, and they are unable to cut into this lead any further. You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do kickoff return. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. These corners backing off a bit. Going for the big play. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew it, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit.
Going downfield for the big play. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. All teed up and ready to go here in the second half. And that is not what they were after. Kickoff sails out of bounds, and excellent field position for this offense. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. The give to the back.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on 1st down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good 2nd down.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Bulldozes his way through. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
I'll tell you, the defense is going to have to do a much better job containing these outside run plays. They better be able to funnel the football back to the middle of the field, because this guy with his speed can kill you like he did on that outside run play there to the left.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Quick pass on the fly motion. And he's running in the open. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He'll pick up 3 before he's downed at the 6. Second and goal for the offense. Running play to the left, looking for the end zone here. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
They keep pushing forward down to the 3, but now it's 3rd and goal. Goes to the option. Now the toss. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. They look finished, but they're all the way back, and they have the lead.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown.
Oh, they blocked the extra point. Now he can return this. Pass to 50. The 30. The 20. He takes it the distance, and you can give him 2. So few fumbles are unpreventable. That one seemed to be, and man, oh man, what a devastating blow to this offense.
You gotta know when the play's over. You just gotta go down. It's an example of a guy just trying to do too much at this situation of the game. In the second half, just go down, take the points, take the lead, and keep playing.
The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Not quite in rhythm there, incomplete. Man, what a finish we could have. Tie game, third quarter here, 2nd and 10. Back to throw, it's Roberts. Unloads it downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
Well, that one falls incomplete. That hasn't happened a whole lot today, though. This dude has been lighting this defense up with his speed. He showed great hands. They just weren't able to come down with that one.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Makes the grab. It's Meyer. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. The Golden Bears want to crank the tempo. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. And the 4th down pass falls incomplete, and they'll have to give up the football.
That is just a play you have got to be able to come up with. They don't get bigger than that. 4th down, you've got to make the catch. Whether it's a perfect throw or whether it's off of your body, you're good enough and you're athletic enough to haul that play, and you've got to make the play for your quarterback and your offense to keep that drive alive, and he's not able to come up with it.
And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
When running backs square their shoulders up, it's when they have the most power. You see him square his shoulders up, break tackles, be strong, continue to plow his way forward, just making it really easy on everybody in this offense by breaking tackles.
The big pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 1. He's looking to throw. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
That's a really good play by the defense, playing deep to shallow. My job is to stay as deep as the deepest. Make sure I don't get beat deep. If they throw it underneath, I go make a tackle and rally, but I can't give up those deep shots. Great job by the DB.
They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. To the ground to try to pick up the 1st. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
That is how it's done on 3rd down and short. No doubt about it. An easy hole to get through and clearly get the 1st down.
If you really want to simplify football, the low man wins. That time the offense got the better of the D. Easily picked that up.
Makes it past the marker. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6. That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
Yeah, great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad intentions. Those guys are usually 245 pounds of heat-seeking missile.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16. Alabama pushing the tempo. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Got his man on the outside. Touchdown, Alabama! No backs with the quarterback as they line up for the 2. Snaps it in the shotgun. And that pass picked off.
The attempt at the two-point conversion is no good.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
29. Cal, 23.
On the run from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field. They got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. To the air, it's Roberts. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
They were unfazed by that earlier 4th down failure and will try for a 2nd time in this one. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Hit as he throws, and the ball goes right to the ground, incomplete.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football in this 4th down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
Here comes that Alabama offense. The give to the single back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brings up 2nd down.
Tried to pound it on 1st down. Now back to the line. Wide out in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly. Ringo. Ringo.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Alabama 29, Cal 23.
Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half.
Timeout, Alabama.
Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. On third and long, try to convert through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
After that incompletion on third and short, it's going to be an interesting decision for the head coach because I know he believes in his guys to go get it here on fourth down and pad the lead, but if you kick a field goal, you make it a two-possession game here in the second half, and I think that's the right decision.
Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. SMU came away with the victory today, but not in dominant fashion. In fact, the folks in Dallas had to sweat things out for much of the second half. Could have been better, but certainly could have been worse. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Trying to make magic with his feet. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. And the Golden Bears come to the line in the hurry-up.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive rolling.
And the incompletion brings up a second down for this offense. They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. The Golden Bears come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, and this offense, listen, we're in warp speed, right? We got to score a bunch of points here. We're down, we're trailing. We got to go fast, but we also got to get first downs. And that's a nice job sneaking in the run, getting the first down, and now we crank the tempo back up.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The offense set for a first down play. Here's the handoff. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Looking to throw, it's Roberts. Deep shot for the end zone. Makes the catch. And he will score. Touchdown, Cal. Well, if the momentum hadn't shifted before, it certainly has now.
It has, and now you got some game pressure, right? That's beautiful. Now the defense comes out, get you a stop, get aggressive, but the offense a little bit of pressure now because they know if the ball goes back to the other side, they could lose this ball game.
And they did tack on the extra point. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Number 19, set to kick this one away.
And they thought about a return, then thought kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. Be interesting to see what happens here on the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Just ran him over. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
And that's a nice third down conversion for this offense. And I'll tell you what, the struggle for this offense has been stringing those first downs together. They're not in the top 50 in college football in first downs. They'll get one and then they kind of stall. Let's see if they can put multiple first downs together, get one of those long drives going.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Running back searching for a hole. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
This offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Inside the 45. Got a lot of running room. Touchdown, Bama! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And the extra point is good, and the lead is 9 here in the 4th. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they close the deal with a 58-yard touchdown pass. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. Trying to find his man on first down. Quarterback extends the play. He's taking a deep shot late in the game.
And watching this offense the past couple weeks, man, everything's hard. And they got to find a way to get some easier routes, some quicker throws, some higher percentage things because they're just not hitting at a high clip, and they got to find a way to make things easier and alleviate some pressure off their quarterback.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Dropping back, it's Roberts. Getting some heat. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Oftentimes, defenses see empty sets, and that's when they want to dial up pressure, knowing there's no extra bodies back there to protect the quarterback. They were able to get to him on that one, and that's why the ball was incomplete.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
He can throw it. He can buy time. He can run it. What can't he do? This guy's so talented. When he does stuff like this, there's no way to stop it. There's no way to coach a defense up against this. He's just really fast, and I can't catch him.
How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
They'll try again on second down after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. Fires toward the target. On target to the left. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. He's looking to throw it. A shot toward the end zone. And it's grabbed for the late touchdown. And how about this? It's not over yet.
Yeah, and that's step one. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
And now they'll empty the backfield for the two-point try.
42 spike.
Quarterback run is part of their game plan. He's in there. Two-point conversion is good, and they're down by just one. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the score comes on a touchdown pass covering 28 yards. Just over a minute to go, and if they have a chance, they've got to come up with this onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. Here comes that Alabama offense. They've been challenged now, Jesse, and it's up to this offense to provide an answer.
Yeah, they've got to be able to get the momentum back, David. You know, that's a real thing in college football. Here late in the game, you still got the lead, but how can they answer?
And I think that's what you remember. Still got the lead. Doesn't matter the defense just gave up a score. Let's execute and keep this lead.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Too low. Green 25.
They'll put the tight end in motion. The give as they work on that clock. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. I think they'd keep it on the ground here to drain as much time as possible off that clock and hold on to this lead. Touch pass on the run. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. A third and long coming up here. He wants to throw it. Gets it out fast. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy.
gutsy play caller. There are a lot of coaches out there that would have run the football, try to keep the clock going, or force your opponent to use more timeouts. They throw for it on third down. They get the completion, and with that, they should win this game.
Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Timeout called by the defense, and the clock is stopped with 18 seconds left.
Really nice job stopping the run, but the problem is you have 0 timeouts left. You cannot stop the clock right now if you're the defense, so this has got to be excruciating for them. They know the offense is just going to take their time before they snap the ball.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Oh, he tosses it back. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. And he makes the catch inside the 10. And he gets it into the end zone for a touchdown, a gut punch to this defense, and probably a knockout punch.
That is such a nice job by the receiver there in that trick play, acting like he's going to block and then getting downfield. He was wide open, thinking to himself, just don't drop this, just don't drop this. All he had to do was catch it and run it into the end zone.
Well, and I think people underestimate the timing of a flea flicker, right? When you got to hand the football off, get the toss back, and the quarterback now be in sync with the receiver, and he catches it, you're right, and then gets into the end zone like he's supposed to for the big-time play.
And he splits the uprights and pushes the lead to 8 here in the 4th. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he's going to try to return this one. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. They've got him pinned back in a world of trouble, and listen to this crowd coming through. Looking to go up top on 1st down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
This really has been a master class by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last one.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He can be dangerous with the ball in his hands, but no room to return that pick, and they'll go on offense from the 21. Plenty of fireworks in this one, a lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
It's amazing how much offenses has just boomed in college football. So good, so many ways to hurt you, and you saw both of these offenses put on a show today, Jess.
Dave, we talked to both of these coaching staffs, and their defensive coordinators were losing sleep all week. They knew this was going to be a tough task ahead of them. So much speed, so much firepower on both of these offenses. And, man, we saw that here today.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.